Let's give it up. Mr. Yemi's in the house. Come on now, guys.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Fantastic. Well, it's a privilege and a pleasure to be invited by Bill to share his stage. It's not something I take very lightly at all, as you all have experienced over the last 2.5 days. We've been in the presence of a tremendous teacher. He's a great guy, and he operates at such a high level that, in fact, to come after him, is somewhat intimidating. But I'm certainly hoping that in the next 20 to 25 minutes, I'll be able to share some ideas with you, which perhaps might put a different perspective on some of the things that you've already heard over this weekend. Will that be okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Essentially, business optimization revolves around 6 key things. If you're having any problem in your business, it will be around one of these 6 key principles. Okay? And to understand what those are, this word is spring. S-P-R-I-N-G. If you're having any problem whatsoever in your business, I guarantee we can trace it to any one of these 6 areas of your business. Now, S stands for strategic clarity. Over this weekend, Bill has sought to help us understand the power of clarity. Clarity brings power. It brings focus. It brings energy. So if you don't have clarity about exactly what it is you want to do, what it is you want to accomplish, by when and how, it diminishes your energy and your capacity to be productive. Over the last couple of days, as I've sat with different people during our coaching sessions, one of the things that has repeatedly come to light is the fact that we need to establish proper clarity about exactly what it is you want to accomplish. And again and again and again, I realize that for a lot of people, having clarity is a difficulty. So strategic clarity. P stands for your process design. Process design. It takes vision and inspiration to start a business, but it takes processes and systems to maintain and grow them. It doesn't matter how inspired you are or how much of a visionary you are, if you don't have the right business processes in place or the right systems in place, you will have challenges growing your business. And you will notice that a lot of the tools and the ideas that Bill has been sharing with us revolve around the systems that are put in place to grow their business. In the same way, you do need to have business processes and systems that are workable for your business. Now, how do you develop processes? A simple approach is doing what I call a process map. You need to map your process from a point A to a point Z where you actually acquire the customer. So what do you do from the very moment that you say you pick up the telephone to call a customer? What does it take from that very moment up until when you actually acquire the customer? Map the process. There are tools on the market, simple tools you can use, free tools on the market, on the internet that you can use. Just go onto the internet, Google flowcharts. Okay? And you'll get free tools that will help you do that. Or get a business strategist to help you walk through your business process. Because what you will find is that as you begin to walk through your processes, you'll be able to identify areas where you're wasting time. You're able to identify areas where you're wasting your resources, your money. You'll be able to identify the critical areas where you need help. You'll also be able to identify those few key things that are absolutely critical to your success. What you call your critical success factors. Every business has them, and they're different for each business. And until you actually do that map, it's difficult to understand what are your exact critical success factors. And I was speaking to someone earlier today, and as we began to talk, we spoke about the goals, we spoke about what they wanted to achieve. And I asked, what is your priority? And he told me, well, X, Y, Z is my priority. I said, okay, so this is your priority. What exactly are you doing to get there? He says, I'm doing A, B, C. I said, but you told me that X is your priority. So why are you doing X, Y, Z if this is not actually a critical factor to the success of your business? Does that make sense? So every business has them. And the way to really understand what your critical factors are and to actually take the time and map the process from, and every area of your business needs a process. In fact, it has a process that is either working or not working. Yes? Okay. R stands for resource analysis. What resources do you have right now? What resources do you need to go forward? And how do you acquire those resources? Because again and again and again, as Bill has told us over this weekend, money often is not the problem. As someone once said, he said, resources are not the problem, resourcefulness is the problem. Yeah? Resources. R stands for innovation. You can't continue to do what you used to do yesterday and expect a different result today. You'll get exactly the same thing you did. You get exactly the same results as you did the day before. You must be willing to innovate, to change, to try out new ideas. N stands for your network of partnerships. Your partners in progress. Again, we've heard about the power of doing joint ventures. But this network of partnerships goes beyond those who you actually do joint ventures in marketing. But your outsourcing partners are part of your network. If you have a team of employees, they're part of your network. If you have some mentors, they're part of your network. But the important thing is to know how to leverage each of those elements of your network to get the resources, to get the results that you want. You know, I said to someone, I think it was yesterday, that there is something called the rule of 4. And the rule of 4 simply means that you are only 4 people away from any person on the face of the planet. No matter how powerful or how successful they are, you're only 4 people away from them. So you know someone who knows that individual. It doesn't matter how powerful they are. So take, for instance, if you wanted to get connected to Bill Clinton, as an example, how many of us would admit he's a fairly powerful figure? Yes or yes? Great. Okay, but how do you get connected to someone like Bill Clinton? You're probably thinking, well, he's so way out there. But I know for a fact that there are some individuals here who know someone who knows Bill Clinton. Is there anyone here who knows someone who knows Bill Clinton? Yeah. Anyone?
Me?
You do?
I know someone I know Bill Clinton.
Fantastic. If you don't have your hand up, you haven't been listening over this weekend. We all do. Bill Walsh knows Bill Clinton.
So we know 2 people.
There you go.
Five people.
Fantastic.
Good.
Handshake and photo, but I don't say I recognise no.
And that's a big difference. Okay? You see, the thing with networking is this. I said to another individual a couple of days ago that there's a difference between you knowing someone and you knowing someone. A real network is when that person sees you on the streets and calls out to you. Yes? There are many of us who would go to events and we call them networking and we take pictures with them and we'll show those pictures on Facebook. But if those people walked around the street, they walked along the street and ran into you, would they recognize you? No, they wouldn't. So you can't really say that is part of your network. You develop your network by cultivating relationships actively, proactively. Give an example of our friend and mentor, Bill. There are many people who've probably taken pictures with him all over the world. Probably thousands and thousands and thousands of people, right? But if he sees you in the street, he'll recognize you as a rainmaker. Big difference. Yes? Okay. So in the same way, you need to cultivate high-powered networks where you actually have robust relationships with them. Because one idea from someone in your network can radically transform your business. Can save you tons and tons and tons of money. Let me give you a simple example. How many of us here know the website Fiverr.com? Fiverr.com. How many of us use the website Fiverr.com? Yeah? Okay. Well, that's an example of the benefit of a network. Okay? I guarantee you that one idea can save you thousands and thousands of pounds. Because I sat with someone whose network I was a part of, and they were talking to me about their business. And I said, explore this website and see what they can do for you. Now there's a lot of junk you'll see on that website, but there's some very good quality outsourcing providers, service providers that you can use on that site. And on that website, you can find people, good quality people in India, in Spain, in America, who will build a website for you for under $200 that will cost you. And I know because I have been quoted on those same types of websites for £5,000.
Wow. Which Fiverr?
Fiverr, Fiverr.com. I know. Fiverr.com. I have been quoted £5,000 for a website, but it cost me $200 to build.
Is it clear which one's good and which one's not?
There are ways to identify those who are good and those who aren't. But also the benefit of a network is that you have people who perhaps have used services on them and can recommend specific individuals who are exceptionally good at what it is they do. And they do it for a fraction of the cost. It's the power of the network. Because you just don't know where the ideas will come from that will save you money, make you money, and help you build your business even more efficiently. And G stands for growth. Growth-oriented activity. Now I'm simply giving all of these in simple bite sizes because obviously we've been through quite a lot of this weekend. Okay, and I don't want to overload you. But each one of these could easily spend half a day on each of these. And when I do my training sessions, I can spend a full day on process design. And we actually walk through your business, all the various areas of your business. We help you design or reconfigure your processes so that they run more effectively. I'll come back to these two very quickly, just to emphasize that S, strategic clarity, is the underpinning for everything about your business. And strategic clarity consists of hindsight.
Of hindsight.
Hindsight, where you're coming from, and understanding of where you've been in your business. Foresight, where you're going, and insight. What do you have to help you get to where you need to go? Hindsight, foresight, and insight will help you develop strategic clarity.
So what was insight?
Insight is knowing what it is you have that you're bringing to the table that will take you to your destination. If you think about it this way, let's go to P. And I'll end on this. To optimize your business, really, there are only 4 major ways you can do it. Yeah? The first is eliminate. Something you're doing is unproductive for you at the moment. So get rid of it. In business, you really can't be sentimental. If it ain't working, dump it. No sentiments. If you have a staff member who isn't producing, reallocate their space.
Good, yeah.
Yeah? Eliminate. Or automate.
Eliminate or automate?
Automate. In essence, there are some things you're doing manually that you can do a lot more efficiently by automating the process, by using the internet, by using other tools that will actually help you automate the process. I once worked with a client. This is a fairly large client, but perhaps the example might be relevant to you if you can apply it in some way creatively. They send out a lot of letters every month, about 5,000 letters, because they have, they're a big organization, they're a charity, and they send out lots of letters to plenty of people. And it transpired that by just one simple tweak in one of their systems, a lot of the letters and information they sent out by post, they could actually automate. And as a result of my identifying that for them, they were able to save in excess of £6,000 a month. Just by automating just one simple area of the business. Then you can delegate. If you have a team member, delegate. If you have a mom, delegate. Yeah? Find someone who's committed to your vision and bring them aboard as a success partner. I delegate some tasks to my children. They're 13 and 9. Basic admin. Here's some papers. File them. It's delegation.
Do you pay
in kind, not in cash.
Mine like a minimum wage.
But it's delegation, isn't it? Use the resources that are available to you. They are learning about business. They are learning a bit about what their father knows. And they're actually helping me with my business. Delegate. Now, sometimes when we think of delegation, we think it has to be a member of staff that we employ and pay tons and tons of money to. Think about all the resources that are around you that you can utilize creatively. Yeah? Or outsource. I've given you an example of Fiverr.com, where you can get a lot of good work outsourced at a fraction of the cost. There are other websites like Elance, Odesk, and stuff like that.
You know, on Odesk, I've been at came across it. You can't talk to these people, can you? It's all done online.
Yes, it is.
You're
It's
not
done
allowed to
No.
call them or something like that. What is that? And like the
But that's their business model, because
Okay.
obviously they want you to continue doing the business through that portal,
So it's
so they can
Odesk,
track.
or what was the other one?
Elance and Odesk.
Elance.
Elance. Yes. There's quite a lot of them out there. Some are very good, some are not so good.
People per hour as well.
There's people per hour, there's 1, 2, 3 employees, so there's quite a few out there. Okay? So, I'll just wrap up by reminding you that the key is to always think about your business using this spring framework. If you're having any challenges in your business, ask yourself, in what area of spring am I having problems? Yeah? And once you identify what it is, and you resolve it, as Jenny just said, you put a spring in your step. I like that. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. I hope you'll be able to apply some of those ideas to your business. Thank you so much.
Thank you.